1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show.
And listen to some calming music, some just music that I like. So it works for me. It works for me, and I think it works for many people. It's a massive part of people's lives. It will be interesting to do a survey. You know, what percentage of your existence do you think is to do with music? And it would be quite interesting to know what people would say. But yeah, music is around us. It's a wonderful gift in this incredible life that we have. The fact that there are 7 main notes, or 12, if you count the sharps and the flats, 12 notes from which there are millions, probably billions of permutations. And from great composers to popular music composing and all the different genres, it's something that is just gripping to us, isn't it? I could not imagine my life without music. It has a large part to play for me. Yeah.
I couldn't imagine my life without music. In fact, when you said that, I thought, who doesn't like music? But I worked with a guy in Huddersfield, which is not far from where I live, by the way. So it's between Bradford, Leeds, so Huddersfield is somewhere there. And I was quite surprised because one time he owned quite a vast portfolio of properties. So I used to manage these properties for him, you know, do repairs and call in repair guys and stuff like that. Whenever the tenants needed, you know. Anyway, and I got to have a conversation with him, and I said to him, I'm not going to say his name on air, but I said to him, I said, what kind of music do you listen to? I was just intrigued because people that make music, they want to know what kind of music other people listen to. And he said, I don't listen to music, man. I thought, you're joking, right? He said, no, I don't listen to music. And I said, what do you listen to? I was really intrigued just to know. Yeah. That was the very first time in my entire existence that I've met one person that does not like music. He said, I just don't like music. I said, what do you do then? He said, well, I just listen to my religious things, on podcasts or whatever, on television. I watch it, and I said, wow. I said, you don't like music? He said, no, I don't listen. Because when you meet people, you expect them to say, well, this is the kind of music that I like. You generally feel like somebody has to connect with a particular kind of music, not generally not liking any music at all. So, you want to think, well, all right, so if you don't like rap, that's fine. Not everybody likes rap. Maybe you don't like a lot of this heavy metal or whatever. Or maybe some people don't like classical music. Some people don't like country music. You can understand that. We all fit into a certain category, apart from some of us, like myself and yourself. I'm hoping that, generally just love music. I mean, I just love music. It doesn't matter what kind of music it is, as long as it's not vulgar in nature, it's not explicit. And as long as it's not, it could be in any language at all. If it's good music, we love it. So I was taken aback a little bit just to see somebody that didn't like music, and that was it. That was the very first person that I've seen in my whole life that did not like music. Well, I don't understand it.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz. He'll introduce the gang who'll make the show go with a bang, with fun.
I don't understand it. Yeah, it just.
I think the thing is as well, the thing with it, we're talking about therapy, which music can have and it can be.
Yeah.
But for me, and I'm sure for you and millions, music can bring out real powerful emotions. I mean, in certain circumstances, it can actually bring tears to the eyes. It can make people weep, excuse me, and sob. And I know, going to football briefly, the subject of football, and I often mention Crystal Palace's victory in last season's FA Cup, but the final whistle, when Palace finally won that game, first major trophy ever, really. I mean, that in itself, on that final whistle, the emotions and videos will show people that almost every Palace supporter was in tears. It was the most amazing thing, or on the verge of. And then a song, or part of a song that had been played at the ground in some of the matches leading up to the final at Selhurst Park and so on, was Elvis Presley's "Can't Help Falling in Love." And the bit where, it's a bit where it's in the chorus element where he says, I can't help falling in love, and it's a fantastic tune as well as great lyrics. One of the great all-time love songs, undoubtedly, and his was the original Elvis Presley in whenever it was. But that particular line became a bit of a Palace line about loving the team and so on. And when they put that on, it was pretty quickly after the final whistle, it just reduced everybody at the Palace end, and probably some of the other end who were still there, to tears. It was so moving. And I think that is the thing with music. It's not just a series of notes, which you play on a piano or on a guitar, on an accordion or whatever. It's so much more than that. You put those notes in a certain sequence and add some beautiful words, some lovely lyrics to it, emotional words, and it can have a huge impact on the body, a positive impact, which again is bringing out endorphins, all the compounds, the chemicals which are healing in our bodies, the very things we need to heal us. And I think that goes a long way to explaining why it's worth a bottle of medicine or bottle of tablets.
It is,
just the effect it can have on us. It's a very, very powerful thing, this great link between the mind and the body. I think we underestimate that at our peril, really, because I've learned, I think, over time, that what we think is so important in terms of our peace of mind, in terms of our attitudes, because we have such things as confirmation bias. If we get upset about
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz. He'll introduce the gang who'll make the show go with a bang.